What's up guys, Rain here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys what DDoS is again, but this time I'll be doing it much more descriptive and teaching you the steps of DDoS basically, and how it affects my server and what DDoS mitigation is and how it can help us. And another factor is that it's very expensive and it will basically make our server very poor. Anyway, let's get on with this. So DOS is basically it's a singular version of distributed denial of service, obviously, and let me show you how it works. So let's just draw a computer and a person. So this is a person down here and this is a computer. Now this person goes on his computer and goes on his monitor, so this is monitor, and pulls up a program called command prompt, or CMD as most people know it. Basically what it does is let you do authentications to your computer that are not permissioned and all that. Anyway, what people do is they actually use that command prompt and they ping or request a file or for a time, or anyway add an IP. So just draw an IP and say this is a Minecraft server. Actually, just say this is another person's IP, which goes into a router and all this and all that. Okay, basically this guy is asking for a request of a file, or just basically it just wants to bounce a connection from here to here and then from back. And what this does is this guy does it multiple times and it keeps sending this ping through here, and it eventually clogs up this connection from right here. Now this shuts off this guy's internet, so this is boom, just blows up everywhere, and this guy can't get on the internet. This guy can't get on the internet because this guy keeps on pinging him. Now once he stops, the connection will open again and he will be fine. Now this is a very unsecure way of doing this. This is one of the least recommended things to do, because basically he can tell whose IP or what IP is pinging him, and then either knock him offline or call the police to go pick him up because he found out their IP location and everything. So basically this is how DOS works. Now let me show you what a DDoS is. It's a plural of DOS. Now, so basically it's the same thing, but there's multiple people doing it, or not multiple people but multiple computers. So what usually happens is any web-based booter is basically there's a person and he bought some kind of system, or not system but some kind of package that allows him to do these requests to these servers or proxies out at some area basically, and he goes to his web-based program and basically it sends requests to these to start their attack on whatever IP they're targeting. So let's just put an IP over here, and when it requests, there's a tube, goes from here to here. There's a router. This is basically a router. So I don't know why I drew it separately last time. The IP is basically the mask that goes on a router, so that's why it's in the front, because it's like a mask just to represent that. Now all of these are now clogging up this hole. Sounds very weird, but anyway, so they're sending requests, a lot of requests, and it's clogging up that hole. Now the benefits is because he's doing it through this web base, it's spoofing his IP, which basically there's no trace of him, and it's just going straight into here, and all these computers are just sending things that way. Now this is a very bad I mean, this is not a very bad example, it's a pretty good example. This is probably the most safest way of how people get away with DDoSing. Now there is another way, which is involves the same thing basically, but this guy has a program instead. So, and what he did is he sent pictures to random people or some kind of thing and botted their computer, which means he infected them with a request file. Basically means whenever you press start, it tells these computers that are infected to ping or do what this first thing was. So basically it's telling them to open command and ping at this IP. Now that is another way of doing this and how it's achieved, but it's less safe than just doing it off a web-based website. Now I don't recommend doing any of this because it's completely illegal. I'm not saying it's 100% guarantee you're not going to get caught. I mean, there's still a big chance you're going to get caught, but that is how most people do it. Now how this applies to Alohacraft is I run my server in a factory. Let's just draw a little factory here. Smokestack coming out. Okay, this is horrible drawing, by the way. I'm sorry for the horrible drawing. Anyway, there's the windows in it in the factory. And then this is basically where my server is located, and what my server looks like is just a normal computer. It's actually more slim and rectangular, and it's hosting the data into a router which has an IP mask. Horrible eye. Has an IP mask, and the IP mask is what shows on top of this internet. And then we got our players over here. So here's the Minecraft players. Draw a little grass block to symbolize that. And they're accessing Minecraft. Let's draw a big one for that. And they're going through here. They're like, oh, requesting this. This is Minecraft the program, and it's making a tube straight to the internet. And then we got me down here with a website to control my server, and I'm gonna be right here. This is gonna be me. Got a weird face apparently. Then just do that, just whatever. I look like a pineapple, but whatever. Open up this tube right here, and this is how I contact the server to do all these start and restart commands, and this is how players get in contact with my server, and it's all going through the internet into this tube, and this tube is masked with this IP. Now what's happening is let me show you. We got our DOS attackers over here, or DDoS attackers. There's one person doing this, but this is all the computers that are infected, and what's gonna happen is this guy right here, who's lame and likes to be a dick to everybody, sends out the request to start this attack on my IP, and basically just sends this all through here, just like a rocket. It's like it's a jet just attacking this tube over here, and eventually blocks out this IP and makes everything not work. Now how this not works is basically players go in, they go on Minecraft, connect to the internet, and they don't see the servers online. I go on top of the website, from me to the website, and I can't load it because it goes to the internet and cuts out right here, and I can't request it, so I just get an error, and that's basically how it works. Now these people sometimes have really good DOSers and can DDoS us for up to 4 to 5 days. Now this can really impact their server for donation wise and other things, but let me go over what DDoS mitigation is so you guys get it, and why I need donations for it, because it's very important in our server, although it's going to cost us around $3,450, which will be a downfall and could eventually not ruin our server, but make it so our server's poor, and then we're going to lose in a month, and there's going to be a lot of changes. We're already paying a lot for our actual server, so this mitigation thing is really expensive. Anyway, let's get on with what's happening. So let me add a new layer here. So we got DDoS mitigation. Now I'm gonna redraw what's happening and how this changes. Now here's my server computer, got a little smaller. The tube that goes into the router, and we got another tube that now goes into another computer, and another tube that goes into an IP that's secure for our server and goes to the internet, and then it goes into our players over here. So let's just say this is the players, and it's gonna have some rotten eggs over here. Let's not change that one, let's change the other one. Right here. Okay, we're gonna have some rotten people over here, being the DOSers. This attack. So what's gonna happen is these people are just regularly going through here and contacting. It goes into our internet, then it comes out. The internet requests the IP, it goes through here, and all these good players over here get through this system right here. This is our DDoS protection, or this right here. This DDoS mitigation is this. It's just another computer that it basically filters through. So all these people are going through here fine and come out the other side and go into our server. Now when people DDoS, it goes into here and it comes out here, goes in here and stops right here and gets shot out into a toilet. Draw a toilet. Not the best jar, but you get the idea. Let's just draw the handle on this side because I'm lazy. There you go, there's a toilet. Mean old monster over there. All that. Okay, here's the toilet. So basically it's getting shot into this toilet. Basically trash. So all these bad requests, let me redraw this line so you can tell that these are the bad requests. Get shot out here and then into here. So all these connections are all getting shot into here, and this protects us from getting attacked. Now of course this is not free and it's gonna cost us a lot, and that cost is really expensive. Now this is why is it so much is because our broadband is around 160 gigabytes a month. The reason it's why it's so high is because it doesn't just count the first time going through, it also counts going back. So this requests this and shoots back, and which causes 2 times the amount of broadband we usually use. So the only plan I can get for 160 gigabytes of not 160 gigabytes, 160 terabytes of broadband is for 3,450. So I will be asking for a lot of donations this month to get our server up, get our DDoS mitigation in, and so we are able to progress with our server without all these interruptions and offline time. So thanks for watching this video. Hope I educated you a little bit more about DDoS and how to prevent it and how stupid people are sometimes. And so that's about it for this episode. I'm glad it went all well and all that. Please subscribe, like this video, and comment.